Begin what's trending. In the wake of the criticism by the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi of the telephone call placed by the United States Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to Nigeria's president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu over his election victory, the Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, over the weekend berated Peter Obi, stating that his tantrums are pointless because the United States is aware that he lost the election fair and square. In a series of tweets, Peter Obi stated that there is lack of clarity on the basis of Anthony Blinken's call to Tinubu on the 16th of May, and that since the outcome of the presidential election is being contested in court, the U.S. is expected to await the full resolution of the ongoing judicial process before conferring legitimacy on any of the contending parties. Well, in response, Keyamo told Obi to calm down from his high horse and stop deceiving his supporters. Well, his tweet reads in part: Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, I am sorry, but there is clarity as to the basis of the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken's call to Tinubu and their pledge for support and cooperation. It's obvious that you and your supporters have overrated your noise and tantrums after the election as having any real effect internationally. No, they have not had any such massive effect as you would wish. Unfortunately for you, the US have dealt with so many opposition figures around the world, and they know exactly how to separate facts from fiction. They know you lost fair and square. They know that in a complex society like Nigeria, you could not have won with your message of religious war. They know you are just a splinter of the main opposition, the PDP. So it amounts to delusions of grandeur to think that you won when you actually came third. I'm coming over to you. If you recall, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie last month had written an open letter to Joe Biden questioning, the U.S. seeming support for the February 25th presidential election, because obviously it is in court at this moment. But Festus Keyamo also made a point about the fact that does Peter Obi want, Nigeria to stand still because of his petitions that are in court. But I think it borders down to the fact that the U.S. is such a democratic nation, and, pledging their support in that kind of manner shows that the U.S. should be not seen as partisan in that way. That's what people are saying. I don't agree with that fact, but I also know that the U.S. is all about selfish interests, and they would pledge their support in any way they deem fit.
Yes. Okay, so it's only a few days to inauguration, and I believe that the United States of America, with interest in Africa, particularly Nigeria, would congratulate the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whoever sits on the seat. They didn't elect him. According to what is ongoing, Nigerians selected or elected their leader, during the elections, and so the person that was being congratulated is the office of the president-elect. We have to get that right. Whoever emerged as winner would have been called by the United States of America. I think it's important to mention that. And he also, going back to Festus Keyamo's tweet, even though one part of it where he said he lost election fair and square, that's for the courts to determine, because it's yet to do, because it is being challenged in court, and he cannot make statements like that until at least the court is able to rule on that. But he said that he reminded Mr. Peter Obi that during his own election and other parties had gone to court, people congratulated him and he didn't reject the congratulations until the court states otherwise. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and barring any circumstances, he will be inaugurated on the 29th of May 2023. The United States of America, as a partner, trade partner, diplomatic partner with Nigeria, will congratulate the president-elect of Nigeria. It's simple, but I must say also that it wasn't only Mr. Peter Obi that criticized that call. Waziri Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, also criticized the call. But as we mentioned, the U.S. already condemned the elections, saying that it was fraught with irregularities. However, congratulating the president-elect is normal. It's to be expected.
Just to make the point, Claire, that the United States President Joe Biden has not put a call through at this point. So that's another point. Well,